everyone, we have just arrived to Gran Canaria and this is actually my first time here, so I will take you with me. I will show you around the places we visit and yeah, let's see how it goes. The weather is really nice, not too cold, not too hot, so it's early in the morning right now and we're just walking around and yeah, let's go and explore. We stayed in Las Palmas, which is the capital city of the north side of the island. If you want a resort holiday like hotels, pools and that beach holiday vibe, you'd probably prefer the south side. But the south is also more expensive. Las Palmas feels more like a city feel and we stayed close to Las Canteras beach, which is the main beach there. So the first thing we did was simple. We just walked along the promenade and honestly, it felt so good after a long and dark winter. It already felt like the trip was worth it. But as you can see, it looked very orange. It turned out to be a weather phenomenon called Kalima, basically sand and dust in the air from the desert. My weather app literally said hazardous weather, which I've never seen before in my life. And I was like, excuse me, I just arrived, let me enjoy my holiday. At the end of the promenade is Alfredo Kraus Auditorium, which is one of the most famous buildings in Las Palmas. From there we jumped on the bus to go into the old town area called Vegueta. We have come to explore the old town of Las Palmas, so let's check it out. And it was very easy to get here just by public transport. It wasn't that expensive either. I think it was like $1.40 the price ticket and very convenient, very clean, very easy to understand. So let me show you around. We were not sure where the bus stop was, but asked for help from a local, and I have to say, locals are so friendly, and even though some might not speak English, they still do everything they can to help you. The main highlight in the old town is the Cathedral of Santa Ana. We got to go inside as well. It felt very impressive and grand in a way. You can also go up to the bell tower if you buy a ticket, but we didn't. We were honestly just enjoying walking around the streets and exploring. And what surprised me the most was how calm the city felt. Las Palmas is a big city, but it didn't feel crowded at all. At the end of the city tour, we stopped to grab something to eat at Goico. We wanted to celebrate the start of our holiday. That burger is something else. Definitely recommend. It was absolutely delicious. And the best part of staying close to the beach is to finish the day by the beach. And I understand why people call it one of the best urban beaches in Europe. It is beautiful. The only problem, the water was freezing, so no swimming for me in the evening. I just dipped my toes in it. And then I made one very questionable decision. I tried this Nutella pizza. I've eaten some really good ones, but this was more like Nutella with some bread. It felt like I was eating Nutella straight from the jar. The next day we rented a car. And I just need to say this. Driving in Gran Canaria is not for the weak. The roads are narrow, the turns are sharp, and most of the roads are either uphill or downhill. But at the same time, renting a car was one of the best decisions we made. We drove down to the south side to visit one of the most recommended places, sand dunes of Maspalomas. We have arrived to Maspalomas. It's a bit windy today, but we've made it. And the vibe here is very holiday vibes. So right now we just start our day at Playa del Ingles, walk our way to the sand dunes, and yeah, let's just explore. Can't leave the holiday without souvenir t-shirt, of course. T-shirt, 10 euros. There's a lot of souvenir choices in Maspalomas. That's 60 cents. Some jewelry, some magnets. Honestly, the videos don't do it justice. It feels like you're in a different place. It was so windy though. Sand was getting into my eyes, my hair, everywhere. If it wasn't for the wind, I could have walked there for hours, but still, this is 100% worth it. Even if you just go for a short walk and leave, it's one of those places that actually feels different from anything else. On day 3, the sky finally cleared and you could see blue skies again. The weather in Gran Canaria was actually perfect. Not too hot, not too cold. So it was time to explore more of the north side of the island. Our first stop was Arucas and the church there. I'm not even exaggerating, but it was stunning. We walked around, visited the botanical garden, and found this small shop that honestly became one of my favorite random finds of the trip. They had caramelized coconut flakes and caramelized sunflower seeds and so much more. They were really good. Definitely recommend to visit if you're in the area. And it's perfect as a souvenir or something to bring back home. We also wanted to visit the famous rum distillery, but unfortunately it was Good Friday, so it was closed. I did not plan that correctly, but Arucas is well worth a visit even without that. Then we drove to Firgas. Firgas is famous for this tiled street with the little waterfall feature. It's pretty, but to be honest, I expected the water feature to be much longer or more grand. If it's on your way, definitely stop by, but I wouldn't drive an extra hour just for this. Next on our must-do list was Cenobio de Valeron, and even getting there was a vibe because the views along the way are just incredible. Gran Canaria has viewpoints everywhere, just as we did stop under a bridge. We have arrived to Cenobio de Valeron. So there should be caves in the rocks. So Cenobio de Valeron is a group of over 200 caves that ancient people used to store grain in. The ticket to there is only €3 and it's definitely worth it. The way the caves are built into the cliff is actually mind-blowing, and the view from the top is amazing as well. So it really is unique. I have to say, this is one of the most insane views I have seen on this trip so far. Definitely worth it if you're up for the drive, because very narrow roads. One town that really surprised me was Galdar. It wasn't even on our list. It was so clean, colorful, and just so quiet. Well, the Good Friday might have been the reason for it. Like, we were walking around and I kept thinking, where is everyone? We actually went to see a famous 300-year-old dragon tree there, but that was closed too. Still, just walking those empty bright streets was still fun. That's massive. My absolute favorite part of the whole trip was visiting Pico de Las Nieves. It's the highest point of the island. It's about an hour from Las Palmas and the drive is a little bit intense. Curves, mountains, narrow roads, but the views just keep getting better and better the higher you go. We parked a bit further away because we wanted to hike a little instead of just driving straight to the viewpoint. But you can park right at the viewpoint as well if you prefer. We thought it would be freezing up there, but the weather was perfect and there were no clouds blocking our view. It really was breathtaking. Like, just look at these views, stunning. We also wanted to go to Roque Nublo because it's super close by, but we found out you have to book a time slot for the visit. Check that in advance. We unfortunately skipped it, but we did see it already from Pico de Las Nieves anyway, so we can check that off our list. Caldera de Bandama. This wasn't even planned, and it ended up being one of my favorite places too. It's a massive volcanic crater. You can drive to the top, but it's also worth hiking to the top. It might look long, but it's not actually too bad. It doesn't take too long and it's not too steep. I think there is also a hiking trail along the crater, so if you like hiking, plan enough time to do it. I would have probably loved to do it as well, but the day had already been quite long, so unfortunately I didn't do it this time. We have come to Sioux City Park. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. Let's check it out. It's a western town with live shows. The ticket was 22 euros per person. You can go into the buildings and it does feel like something out of a movie set. I did enjoy the first show, but by the second show, it was already feeling like too long. The actors and animals were great and it was fun to watch, but I could barely hear what they were saying at times, so I think for kids it's probably more fun. Still, no regrets for going. I'm glad that we got to visit it and it was fun. Gran Canaria surprised me a lot. First of all, the island itself. There are beaches, yes, but there are also mountains, viewpoints, cute towns, hiking spots. It's not just a place where you lie in the sun all day. There is so much to explore. Also, there are a lot of food options everywhere. So many restaurants, so many cafes, but you do need to watch out for a siesta time because some places close during the day and don't open again until 7 p.m. It was also much less crowded than I thought it would be. I thought it's a very touristy place, but the only time I thought it was crowded was Sunday at the beach. But all the tourist spots that we visited almost felt empty, and I enjoyed it a lot. Another thing, I was not expecting to see so many half-naked people at the beach. At one point, I genuinely thought I was in the wrong area, that there's a specific area, but no, I guess it's just normal here. And also, public transport here is actually really good. If you don't want to rent a car, if you don't feel very confident with the roads in Gran Canaria, don't worry, because buses are easy, they're clean, comfortable, they're affordable and safe. So you can still explore and visit different places, even without the car. So is Gran Canaria worth visiting? Absolutely yes. It's affordable, the weather is perfect, and there's so much more variety than people might think. If you want a relaxed beach holiday, you can do that, but if you want to explore and do some road trip, you can do that too.